Podcast. It's your boy, the one with the scar on his face, your boy Scarface. And today I got a special guest. I got Daisy and Nuria.
Hey guys.
We just finished recording a bunch of TikToks, so definitely tune in. If you haven't watched those, definitely go check them out. And again, if wherever you guys are listening to us, give us a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, leave us a 5-star rating. Like, it helps the podcast out. I'm getting close to 1 million downloads, so please help me out. So I'm excited for that. And I wanted to have these guys as a guest because they're a bunch of players. Not really, but
we just got game. No, I'm just kidding.
It's because like we all go through relationship issues, and the reason I like to do the podcast is because people don't like to have those conversations, you know. And that's why I changed the name to Uncomfortable Combos, because here
that is uncomfortable.
We have uncomfortable conversations, and what it motivates other people to check out the podcast and maybe even share it to their partner. Because I've had that a lot of messages like, I shared it to my partner, you know, you've been helping us out and things like that. Just because maybe you guys are going through something that somebody else is going through a similar situation. So they don't feel like they're the only ones.
Absolutely. Give me 5 minutes of your time and I'm unloading everything on you. Like, I'm asking, I want to know everyone's POV. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, me
especially
too. Much as
men.
most. I like to know everybody's. I don't like to give my information because it's not that cool, but I like to know.
Your information is pretty juicy. You have some pretty...
I like everybody else's cheese, man, not mine.
I mean, but sometimes it's actually good to talk about your problems out loud, you know, and then just exposing
I just talk to myself in my room.
when you put yourself out
You
there,
don't need to know.
it actually feels better. Like, for example, like one of my viral videos that went viral was so I had seen my dad, and he looks like he's getting a lot older, and in my head I'm like, oh dang, he's getting older, you know, like it sucks. But then, so on a podcast, I was gonna say, hey, like, make sure you guys, like, you know, call your parents, see your parents. But I was like, I was looking at my dad, and he's looking a lot older. Cried. I don't know why, like, all these emotions hit me. But that was the first time I said it out loud. And so it's different saying things out loud and actually talking about it. Because
I feel you, because with my grandma too, she's 91 years old, and I noticed it too, and I just started crying about myself.
right?
So
Like,
it just hits you, like, it's just...
and when you say it out loud, it just hits you different. And so for me, the podcast has helped me with dealing with my own relationship issues, you know, and things like that. Obviously, I think we're all single right now, currently.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all single.
Currently single. Their links are in the description too. So just
What's up,
FYI,
what's up?
just FYI. But if you're gonna come after,
Dating to marry, where you at, though?
if you're coming after them, come
we're
correct
dating with
though.
purpose.
Yeah, come correct
Yeah,
though.
dating with purpose.
Like, we're not. And then also shout out to you know, Pops Exotic for letting us use his
Yes.
location.
Yes, thank you, Pops.
This is super
We have
exciting because he has like all sorts
so
of
many things.
snacks.
Literally.
Like
Yeah, there's so many things.
I cracked one of these old school surges, but
Which
you know,
one's
Yo,
which
this
one's
is
that
actually
one?
really good.
what I remember correctly, it was like a Mountain Dew type of drink. But I used to get these like when I was like a kid, and so that's why when I saw them
So
on
it's
his,
like an energy drink?
no, it's like a soda. Do you guys say soda or pop?
Soda.
Okay,
Soda.
Yeah,
We have
get
these
the
really
pop.
cute Barbie ones. This one says every night's a girl's night out.
But he has a lot of snacks that you wouldn't even think of.
They're like
Limited
so
edition
exotic.
Oreo and like Coca-Cola, Skittles, dry freeze,
Even like cereal, too. Look at that.
all sorts of stuff. So if you guys are in the Mesa area,
Like
definitely
chocolates,
stop
right?
by. I'm gonna put his description or his info down below, or just follow his Instagram. He does a lot of cool stuff. So
There's so many things.
yeah, so
There's
shout out to
so
him for
many.
letting us use his location. So
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
super excited. So I mean, let's get into it. We're gonna get into the uncomfortable. I wanted to do this.
I'm already uncomfortable.
I wanted to do this after we recorded the other like more spicier stuff and things like that, because like if they start crying, like
No, I don't want to cry. I'm a chillona.
like I don't want it. You know, imagine
I
we
cry
do
for
this,
everything, though, so
we do
don't
the
take nothing
spicy
personal.
videos, and
We're
then
just
you guys
girls.
have yeah.
We
just
like to
girls.
feel our emotions. We don't
Exactly.
hide
I'm
from
just a
it.
girl.
Let's be vulnerable.
So, I mean, before we get into that,
Maybe.
let's get a little into like what you guys do right now, because I know you do have your own business. What do you do right now?
Yeah, so I have a social media marketing business where we focus on everything social media with the purpose of going viral. I started off about like 5 years ago, and I started doing influencing, social media management, and content creation all at the same time. So kind of just developed all three skills, and then just been evolving ever since. It's really fun. Actually, Daisy's one of the main influencers that we use. And yeah, we make a lot of really fun content. Everything's just like trying to like humanize the social media platform. I think we're like in this new wave of marketing that's really interesting and fun. But people just want to know, they just want to see it like, they just want to see you raw. They want to see like the real deal. They want to see like more of you like and just like make it fun.
That, and in today's age, you have to be on social media.
Yes.
Like if you're not, it
Everybody.
doesn't matter what business you are. If you haven't adapted or jumped on social media, you will be left behind. You know, so might as well, because some
Absolutely.
people can't justify paying. They're like, it's just social media. I'm not going to pay for it. Okay, then do it. And they're like, no, it's a lot of work. Okay, then hire me. You know, so
I was just doing it for fun, and I don't know why I just started getting like
yeah.
random
Well,
messages, and I was like, what?
that's the best.
Do Instagram?
That's the
Yeah.
best way is like when you do something for fun, it turns into a business. Like
Into a
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
passion
That's
turns
awesome.
into
Yeah.
a
And
business.
so-
That for me is like the biggest.
I don't know if you guys know, for the first 3 years that I started doing media, I didn't charge a person. I just did it for
Same.
practice. And then people kept asking, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do this? And you start charging, and all of a sudden it turns into something different. And at the time, I didn't know I was going to love it. Because that's why another thing, people, if you're going to get into this industry, this is the fun part. Sitting down, recording. They didn't see me over here sweating like crazy,
Yes.
setting everything up.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, they didn't see that.
Or the-
Production's the fun part.
yeah, or they don't see the editing portion, which takes a long time. And so that's why, like,
It's tough.
those get a little bit difficult. So
Yeah.
you don't have to say where you work at, but you, like, what industry are you in?
So I do a variety of things. So I work for the state, and I also work for the radio station here in Arizona for 3 different stations. And then I have a business too. It's called DA Media Promotions. So I basically promote businesses, restaurants, and all that stuff too.
Oh, nice.
So I'm always open and I'm ready for everything all the time.
Yeah, because I've seen you. That's where I saw you was like in her videos.
Yeah.
You know,
we
We do a lot of it, a lot of the stuff that we do. It's kind of like commercial content creation. So it's like businesses are hiring us because they're seeing that old school marketing isn't working anymore. It's just not getting the results, and people just don't feel connected. So we come in and we humanize the business, the content. We put kind of like a face to the brand, and we just make it fun. We use a lot of trends.
yeah, you
Yeah,
try to
we're
be
very
like
trend based.
and that's the thing too is like when if you're gonna jump on trends, for example, you know when they were doing like you run into using the bowl and then you run into like some boxes and stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of
That.
people were jumping on that trend and people were watching the videos. But now when you see that video, like if someone does it, you're like,
It's oversaturated.
You're a little late, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was in the past, you know.
Absolutely.
So you have to be quick with it.
Oh yeah, we live and breathe social media, and there's a difference between. I mean, there's a lot of really good marketing agencies, especially here in Arizona. But I feel like a lot of them, they're not focused on either going viral or they don't live and breathe social media. They see like the most, like you said, that trend. You didn't ride the wave. You got it later on it's been oversaturated already. So you
Yeah,
can't
but-
really have that impact anymore because everyone already did it.
Yeah.
So we're like ideas. We have ideas that always like
Like
we're
random
girls.
ideas, like last minute in the middle of the night.
We're very
like, girl,
creative.
we be calling each
Yeah,
other.
we bring that creative feel to it.
Random.
So we're the ideas girls. Like we'll bring the ideas from our market research, what's already happening on social media, and we created our own. So we're not out here.
I mean,
like,
we do it better. I just
Yeah.
kidding. we tried it.
You said it. You said it.
We tried.
But that's like absolutely. I'll put her information. So if you guys are in what areas do you work at?
We're all over
Just
the
all
valley.
over. So if you guys
over
are
the
all
valley.
anywhere in Arizona, shoot them a message.
Yeah. Also, and if
Some
you're
ratings.
And if you're also a creative and feel like we love creating with other creatives. So
We're open.
Also, if you're
To
also
everyone.
and if you're in Arizona and you want to be part of a network where we all help each other grow and help the clients, by all means, shoot us a message too.
Yeah. They do some great stuff. So this is great. People do businesses. They see the good side, the happy side. Now, the reason why we're here is obviously because like we all have those relationships, in and out of relationships.
We're all humans.
Yeah, like my like for example, me doing social media has ruined a lot of my relationships just because you guys seen the type of content I do is a little bit more risque, a little bit more out there,
Spicy.
spicy. And so people in the beginning don't have an issue with it. Or they don't have an issue of always working. They don't see the behind the scenes.
Yeah. They never see like the hard.
All the editing, all the like
The hard
creating, meeting, hey, like, we gotta do
Timing
this.
the
man,
results.
it's timing.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, and we make it look so easy.
Yeah.
So they think it's like, low effort.
yeah, because they see the cool part. They see
they
the
just
end
see the-
result, and then they see maybe behind the scenes that you do it real quick. To them, it's like a quick I remember.
But we have sleepless nights. Like,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
be
absolutely,
tired.
absolutely. But with those sleepless nights, have caused a lot of failed relationships for me. Mainly
That's
because, like,
understandable.
you know, and I always tell people I put my career and my social media is top priority. Like, and if that's an issue with you,
Same.
then I don't think we're gonna work out. So, how has the dating life been for you guys? Like, for those that don't know, like, has it been all great and dandy, or
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And this is a great topic of conversation. I've been wanting to talk about this because I feel like I also not a lot of people understand unless you're in the field and you just don't understand. You don't understand the balance. You don't understand
The
what
timing.
everything. It's like you have to at the end of the day on social media, you are a different person. You play a persona. I feel like I have multiple personas.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like 50 people in one body.
Yeah,
Because they
just-
want me to be hyper, do this and do that, like different. And it'd be tiring.
It's hard.
yeah,
It's
and I
hard.
get that. Like,
And
a
when
lot of people,
get
you
home
do
to
have
your partner, you're
yeah,
just like exhausted.
you have to do
Yeah.
a bunch of different personas. Like, the cool thing about mine is, like, I don't have to turn that on. The way I am on social media is like the way I am in person. Like, that's why I had some people actually. There was this girl who messaged me who saw me at Carousel, and she was like, I was so shy to come up. She's like, I don't know if it would have been cool. I was like, talk. I'm a regular dude. Like, just come say hi.
Just come up to
Like,
me.
Yeah, and like, cause have I been any different than what you've seen on social media?
Well, the way I see it, no, not different in that sense, but you do say you are out in public.
So I'm a badass. in
When
person.
you're out in public, say you're out in public with your partner, you do kind of you have to act. Well, you do act like you just never know who's around you. So you do in a way kind of change, and you watch what you say. You're not like as open as you are behind closed doors with your partner as you are when you are in public. Especially being like a public figure or like an influencer, for example. You do have to understand that there's people always watching you, and there's cameras everywhere. So
Everywhere.
you really do have to watch.
Literally.
You really do have to be careful out there.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And your partner has to understand that you're kind of. I'm not gonna compare like influencers to celebrities, but it's kind of.
Ay, güey, son bien
on a
perronas all of a
micro-
sudden.
on a micro level, you kind of are. Like, you really are. And
well,
there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, some influencers get actually more engagement and reach than celebrities. That's
Yes.
why a lot of companies are going with influencers to promote their stuff, because they have a further reach. You know,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is famous. He does great. He pulls in numbers for movies. You know, but maybe he makes a post to promote something is not going to do as well as an influencer who reaches millions of people with their social media. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I realize
There's-
even if you don't have a lot of followers, but if you know like people like in real life, you will always get like some type of respect and connections. Like, for example, I was doing a business and I don't have a lot of followers, but I did get them a lot of clientele. Like, they're like, "How did you get so many people?" I was like, "Well, because I legit know people in real life." Like,
And
just
you
because there's
created
numbers-
a community online. That's why you created a
Yeah.
community, and they trust your word and your recommendation. Versus celebrities, I don't think they know how to build a community online yet, like influencers have.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a difference. Why all of the world knows who Brad Pitt is, but why are his socials? Why doesn't it reflect that?
Yeah, and that's why you see a lot of celebrities actually copying and jumping on trends. They jump on trends too. They do all this stuff just to get
Yeah.
their engagement going too.
so I
'cause-
think everybody's a celebrities and the famous people are not celebrities anymore.
Yeah.
they're copying us,
Yeah.
normal people.
But a lot of
No, just
A-list
kidding.
celebrities, they don't. I do think. I do think that they don't know how to run their social media, and there's Salma Hayek, for example. I am such a fan of Salma Hayek. I think her social media needs help. Rosalia, her social media, her TikTok account is one of my favorite accounts. Her and Raul Alejandro. I'm sorry that I named them together. I know that they're not together anymore, but they know marketing. It's very Gen Z, because at the end of the day, Gen Z is the one that grew up with social media, and now as millennials, like, we have to stay updated all the time, or else they're gonna come in and take over, take complete.
I think they already took over. We're just catching up.
We're like always catching up. Like, we do this
Millennials
for a
are catching
living,
up.
and we like live and breathe social media, and we constantly have to be updating ourselves, ubicándonos.
Yeah, all the time.
We always have to do that.
So I have a
And I can just imagine the average person that isn't in this social media world. I can just imagine how clueless that business owner feels with social media.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. So, I mean, because both of you said that you're single, right?
Yes.
Yes. What's up?
We'll start with Nuria. Why are you single right now?
Do we have to
Wow,
answer
really
the question, or
been
can we
put on
skip? Can we
blast.
skip with the questions you're asking?
No, you don't have to name names or anything like that. I never. If people can associate, then let them associate, but never drop any names.
So I'm single because I want to be single. I am choosing to be single. It's by choice. It's not by anything else. I really want to focus on my career, focus on myself. I'm a relationship girl. I've always been in relationships. I just love, and I love to be loved, and I love to be love bombed. But I know I've come to realize that, you know, as girls, we really have to be smart out here. There's just so many sharks. It's a dangerous world
A
out
lot
here.
of
Like
sharks.
these men
Whales
are really
too,
good.
sharks and whales.
There's men are really good liars. There's men that are
Very good manipulators.
women
too,
are
narcissists.
good liars too. But it's just I've come.
You end up
Maybe-
finding people who are married. You might end up
Oh,
finding people
absolutely.
who
Later
like,
on, they're
Dude,
gay. You find out they're gay later on.
gay.
It's like
They
They don't even tell you. They don't tell you that they're single, but they're not married. I mean, they'll tell you they're single, but they're actually married. Like, so now you gotta ask, like, are you married, single, taken,
But even
in
then-
a situationship? You gotta
Even-
ask.
even
Even-
then,
of
you
course
still
they're
have
not
to take
gonna
it.
say it.
Yeah, you
They're
have
not
to
gonna
take it with a grain of
confess.
salt because they're not going to be like, yeah, I'm married, but you know, because there's like I did a TikTok not too long ago. She was like, oh well, he said that they were separating, him and his wife. So the wife, quote unquote, knew about her, and I was like, bro, or to the girl, I was like, girl, I can tell you that too, but what if in reality she doesn't even know that he's stepping out? You know, just because she said it's okay that he goes and looks for other girls doesn't mean that's exactly what happened. He can tell you that, and then behind you, like her back is like, hey, I'm gonna go to the gym right now, but he came to see you. You know, like
the game has changed.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Dramatically.
Yeah,
and
everybody's just like, I don't know. Everybody's just like playing games. Left
the
and right.
planets are shifting. The planets are aligning right now.
astrology, everything
Something's
is changing, the
happening with the
horoscopes.
planets.
if you had to like kind of like say what has been like a failure for your relationships, what would you say? Me, I told you guys earlier, like maybe it's because my priorities aren't that person. You know, maybe that's why I'm so quick to cut somebody off compared to like, hey, like you should slow down doing what you're, no, you know, I'll cut you off instead. So what would you say is?
We have a puppy in the house.
Yeah.
Just FYI. He's adorable. Going back to your question, with the dating and being, you know, doing what we do, I think the biggest failure for me is that I'm focused. I need to focus on my business. I need to focus on myself. I'm always, when I'm with someone, I give everything and I give too much where, you know, I think we were talking about this earlier. We end up losing ourselves.
Yeah, we get lost when we overwork.
And
I feel like we just need to have like boundaries and structure
especially at
in order
this
for it
age,
to be in a relationship.
we just really need to find balance. And I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm really focused on growing my business. And I think I need to give that 100%. And it in the past, relationships have failed because of what I do. Of what I do. I don't know. That's
Yeah, I just feel like we just chose.
you really have to be present. I think
Yeah.
you really have to be present, especially at our age where we're not in our 20s anymore. Like there's no trial and error with these men. Like it's date with purpose. Make sure that you're seeing what they're showing you. Whatever they show you, that's what it is. It's
And
not
the way they
like
treat you and speak to you, believe it. Like listen, you know, just listen to them. Like if they act a certain way,
But you don't think that could be just like how they get you? Like if they're sweet and
they're playing games.
exactly, because that's why I always tell these girls like
Yeah.
it's really hard to. They're like, oh, he was all great in the beginning, and then so it's really hard to look past that. So I always say like just if you feel like you've gotten too attached to somebody always like fast, maybe slow down a little bit.
Slow down.
Because-
Yes,
I mean, with
absolutely.
me, I take forever to get attached to someone. First, it takes me forever to fall in love with you, just because you know, growing up in a broken family, I don't want to get hurt again. So I just take it really slow. But then I fall in love, and then something happens, and then I just feel like betrayed. So I prefer to just take it really slow and not lose myself again.
I'm kind of the opposite, like similar background, but with me, it's like I want love.
No, trust me, I love, but I'm just more cautious. Like I'm scared. Like I have to start really like slow, like get to know you, and like I tell myself, okay, relax. You're liking him too much. Relax, chill, like step back, and then I want them to like me first, and then when I see that and I feel it, that's when I can like, okay, let me give my whole love, because I'm like, when you're with me, you will know like I'm in love.
So you make them fall in love first.
No, I feel like I need to feel it. That if I feel you, that you're like in love with me, then I feel like I can just give you my whole love, because I feel like I have too much personality, and like you will feel it like right away, like, oh, this girl's in love with me, like she's my ride or die. She'll like protect me, she'll take care of me, like I'll be her backbone, bro. Like I'm 100% like yours, you know. So that's why I'm just very careful.
It's that aura. Yeah, like
it's that Cancer in me.
Even if you give them a little bit, it's like they're already.
I wear my heart in my
falling.
sleeve, like it already tells me.
So what would you say? Like same question to her. What would you think has been your failures and like what caused your relationships to fail? Because you seem like a great. I mean, you painted a great picture here.
I'm just perfect.
You know what I mean? But there has to be a reason.
I would just say the lack of communication, because I feel like that when the last recent one the communication wasn't there, so I didn't know how they were feeling, and he didn't address it like correctly, so that's why I feel we just kind of fell apart too, and obviously we took different paths. Like,
Did you tell him how you felt when something was up, or you would just wait for him to find out? Because some people do that. They're like, I'm gonna act like I'm upset until he tells me like what's wrong.
No, I feel like with me, I'll tell you straight up how I'm upset. Like when I get really upset, I just stay quiet. You know, when something hurts you, you just stay silent. Mm-hmm. You don't give no expression. You're just like.
But do you stay silent after you've already told them, like, hey, I don't like this, that you do this, and then you do it, and then you stay silent? Or do you...
I think I address it first, and then I stay silent, and then, like, they can tell I'm acting different. So then they apologize, whatever, and then I still, like, I'm just cautious all the time. Mm-hmm. Like...
You don't forget.
I don't forget, but I do forget, but I don't forget, and it's just, like, always in the back of my head, so I'm just like, like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna betray me again? What the fuck are you doing?
Well, yeah, like it's difficult out here, like especially the whole dating thing, because I can say I'm a certain way, you know, but then obviously like there's a lot of failures in my life. Like I'm 36 years old now, and never been married, don't have kids. You know, I'm glad I didn't have a bunch of random kids, to be honest. You know, like some people running around here with 4 different baby daddies, you know, and like so I didn't have to run into those issues, but.
Yeah, that's why I take care of myself, because I don't want I came from a broken family, so I don't want a broken family. But I know everybody says that you never know what's gonna happen. But I'm just trying my best to like.
You're trying to make smart decisions.
Smart decisions to not hurt my child, my unborn child. Because when people break up or divorce, like the ones that take it is the kids.
So I mean, you don't have to get into it if you don't want to, but.
I don't want to.
What would you like?
I'm too emotional over it. I should have said yes.
Because I know, I don't know if it was recent or whatever. Like your guys' because relationships end, right?
Yeah.
And nobody's always super happy after them, right?
No.
Unless it wasn't working out
from beforehand, exactly.
Yeah, I came out of a relationship we were together for 7 years. I came out so happy. Like I won a marathon. I'm like, I won the championship right now. Like I was so, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders almost. I felt free and liberated.
Yeah, and I'm glad you say that, because I was similar. Like after my last relationship, just because they kept trying to stop all like what I was doing.
Your growth.
I felt like I was being like dwarfed down. You know, like don't be this. And my lives were a little different because after the separation, they're like, whoa, like you're back. You know, like I was excited to do the lives and excited to do the videos. You got like 2 different versions of me.
Did she tell you before this, or like?
Did she tell me?
Yeah, did she tell you like, oh, I don't like this and I don't like that? Or did you just felt it the way she acted?
Yeah. She would get upset over some, like certain things. Again, I don't like talking. I never talk bad about exes because, you know, that's obviously like, it tells a lot about the person.
I don't have to talk about exes in general.
But like I'll talk about certain situations.
I do. I want to dissect it. Yeah, I want to dissect every single relationship that failed, and then let's learn from it and not do it again.
Yeah, see, and like, but you're trying to learn from it. You're not trying to be like this person's a bad person, right? Yeah. But yeah, there was like certain things that she didn't like that I would do. Obviously, some stuff I knew I couldn't say anymore. Like one of the things that I tell them, like when I go live, they're like, hey, how do we ask you a question? I get that all the time because, you know, I answer the questions online.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, hey, slide in my DM so I can slide in you. joking around.
Oh,
You know,
okay. Well, yeah,
because it causes a reaction.
A girl will get jealous, though.
Everyone laughs. Everyone has a good time. I'm entertaining.
Right, that's
But-
that persona,
Yeah.
though. That's that
Entertaining.
No, but that's actually
entertaining.
But no,
Like,
but
nah.
that's
I'm
actually
gonna say
me. Like I say shit like that in person too.
While you're with
you're the girlfriend?
While you have a girlfriend,
No,
you
so
say
that's why like I there's
Oh,
certain
so you're saying you're toning it down. when
there's
you
certain
have a
things
girl.
I know. Okay,
can't
I
say
can't
it.
say that, but like I would go
over here trying to catch him in a lie.
No,
Oh, so you're trying to listen to you then?
so some of the like I had a series where I would go live with people and they would tell me their story about how they got cheated on, you know, and so she didn't like it because she thought that they just were trying to go live with me just to talk to me, kind of like they're just trying to be on the same live with you, you know.
But in a way, sometimes that does happen. You come across a lot of people that are just want to be around you just to be
But the thing is,
to
like,
use a platform or
yeah,
like
but if
use
she's telling me
your
a story,
image.
well, whether it's cap or it's truth, it's still entertaining. You know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah.
And
It's
so
still content.
Yeah, it's still content, and so, but it also helps people because there's this girl that I went live with her, and she told me how she caught her cheating in a whole different country. You know, and she even flew to the country and caught them.
She paid
She paid to
money.
go get.
She paid that plane ticket
Well,
to go.
Did she pay or did he pay?
There's more
She used his
context
credit
to it.
card.
No, so
At least as long as
they
she-
traveled a lot for work,
Oh.
and so she asked to be transferred without him knowing. And so when she got transferred, she showed up because I think it was
Was
like
she trying to surprise him or?
well, she just wanted to see because if you say, "Hey, I'm coming, I'm getting transferred out there," now you're just like, "Fuck, I can't do this anymore," right? But if you just show up,
She caught him in the act.
yeah, caught him in the act. And then there was another one like she caught her man cheating on her with another man because of the Apple Watch. Because I guess
The heartbeat?
he deleted the messages off the phone, but I didn't know this. But I guess it's if you don't delete them off your watch, it stays there. And so she went through the watch and saw these messages like
Good to
talking to
know.
another guy,
We'll be checking
putting
Good to know. We're gonna check that out.
putting people on game. So like that's how she caught her or him.
Now we're gonna start checking watches.
Yeah, even on
Fitbits.
laptops too. Did you know that?
which one?
One of my friends caught her ex cheating like that too. That the boy, because you know, like the iCloud on your
Oh
laptop.
yeah.
Yeah, if you delete that, sometimes it doesn't delete on the
Yeah, I got
computer.
caught.
So my friend. Oh, so you tell you got caught?
So I actually did get caught talking to a girl on Facebook, and the relationship wasn't going great, and she knew not to message me during the day because like obviously like I was with her, but then one day I don't know why she messaged me. I left my laptop open.
I have a question. How did she know not to text? Did you tell her?
I think
hey,
she
don't,
did it. I think she did it on purpose. Well, she knew I was with
Did you
somebody.
guys create some rules and regulations here?
Coming
for
from
this
the
type of
center this time.
relationship?
I didn't tell
I'm
her
always
that.
curious.
I didn't tell her that necessarily, but I just told her sometimes, hey, I can't talk right now because I'm with so and so.
So she figured out
So
your
she figured out
pattern.
the schedule.
No. So my ex at the time, she didn't know. So we had a business, and she's like, "I'm hungry. Can you go?" Like the Subway was down, like it was in the mall, so it was like almost like across the hallway. And she's like, "Can you go get me a sandwich?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go get you a sandwich." Left my laptop wide open. I had deleted the messages and everything.
Oh my gosh.
No, I didn't delete the messages that time, but it was on my Facebook Messenger, so I didn't think anything of it. But my dumbass left the Facebook open and left my laptop open. So I went, got her sandwich, and when I came back, just the look on her face, I was like, "What's wrong?" And she was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And she turned the computer around, and I was like, "Fuck," you know.
Did you
But
admit?
why do guys cheat, or why do you why do you entertain other girls when you have a girl?
So and so I did.
I'm just curious.
I did a whole podcast episode
Asking for a friend. All the girls are listening.
on this, like why I did it, and that's why when they say, "Can some cheater change?" Yeah, because during that time we were already butting heads a lot. We were going through a lot of issues.
So why don't you guys just break up?
You get stuck in that cycle where like, hey, like let's make this work, but then like in your head, when you start, I don't think this is working. You know, like I'm not happy. I'm sure they're not happy, but for some reason you guys don't want to separate, and you stay there.
It's like love is like a cancer. It's like addicting.
You get used to somebody.
Yeah,
You
you
can't-
And then when
so
somebody
used to
comes and makes you feel good, like flirts with you a little bit, you're just like, I felt good. I kind of like that. And so
Never
you
had the
you start
attention.
entertaining it a little bit because that's all it was. But eventually that's where it starts.
She wasn't seeing the king in you, and someone else did.
Kind of.
No, it's you know,
So did you feel guilty because you got caught, or
Yeah.
were you happy that you got caught?
No,
'Cause you
I felt guilty. I got caught because
it was the wrong thing to do.
yeah, it was the wrong thing to do. Like I knew I was in the wrong. Even when when you're messaging them, you know you're in the wrong. Like as a guy, if they tell you they didn't know it was wrong. Like they knew as soon as they hit send, they're like, oh shit. If
There's intent.
if you have to delete a message or delete something, you know it wasn't right. You know, if you're deleting stuff, you know what you're doing is not right.
Yeah.
And so I knew that like if I had to delete it. So like if fellas listening, if you know you have to delete something, you might. I'm sure you.
Everyone
wouldn't-
knows right from wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't be happy if your girlfriend was doing that, right? Imagine if you found out your girlfriend was deleting messages. You know, like obviously it's not going to feel that great. So, yeah, I went through like those type of issues, and but we learned. So the reason I bring that up is because do I want to do that now with the person I'm with? No, you know, that was just I was in that situation. At the time, I said it wasn't cheating because obviously, like I was like I never hooked up with her. But now looking back, it was emotional cheating, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
and I
Emotional, psychological.
yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me. You know, like I would think that they cheated on me too. Like if I find out, you know, and like even she had a gay friend at the time. I didn't know he was gay.
Did you get jealous?
No, knew that we were having issues, and he sent her flowers. But like when I saw like the note that it came from a guy, I got so pissed because in my head, this is another guy.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean,
who-
that's kind
Is
of
it because you're guilty conscious because you're talking to somebody else or no?
that's a great question.
maybe it's kind of hard. I'd have
I
to
grew up
think
too many
about
brothers.
that.
I'd be
I'd have to
listening
think
to their
about that. But it was more of a like an ego thing, and
Would you buy her flowers often?
not like I do now. Now I would rather buy. You can ask any of my exes. I bought you flowers just because. I would never buy you if we argue. I'm not buying you flowers because I don't want the flowers to be associated with something bad that happened.
Like, what the fuck, sorry.
And so yeah, like my
Yeah.
last ex, not even kidding. Weekly she had new flowers, like just because I just want her
You
to
had a
have.
monthly subscription.
Yeah, I wanted just
Must be
because.
nice.
Yeah, just because flowers. And if we argued, I wasn't gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Here's some flowers." You know, and that's not me. That's not my vibe. You know, most guys do that. They wait until they do something bad to send their partner some flowers.
I think the problem is when they do that and then they don't take accountability or reflect and really apologize and deep down feel like they were in the wrong. You know, you can buy a forgiveness.
Yeah.
I've
But
accepted.
the word sorry is
I've accepted that type
It's
of
not enough
forgiveness
sometimes
before.
too, though, when you hurt someone.
So why did you accept that?
Because I was trying to make it work. I think I was trying to make it work.
So you
with
were
that
willing
person.
to willing to look past what they had done.
This was a 7-year relationship, and we grew up together. You grow with people, and especially, and you just get attached. It's like a sibling. It awkwardly turns into that sibling type of connection where you're just with them because you're used to them, but the love is not. You're not in love. You love them, but you're not in love, and that's when you know that you gotta go, or else you're gonna be you can potentially cheat or hurt the person.
So you guys are on your
I'm
healing.
a tonta. I was like so in love. I like so in love all the time.
He's sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, sorry, okay.
What would you say that you guys are doing now on your guys' healing journeys? Like, what is something that you're doing currently to try to help you on your? Because you can't heal overnight. Like it doesn't happen. Anyone that says that, like you said earlier, you're probably already checked out of that relationship a long time ago.
Yeah, right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to focus on looking in. Now I'm looking in. When I'm in a relationship, I always like focus on them and helping them, you know, make sure that they're heard, make sure that they, you know, they feel loved, they feel like, you know, it's how do they feel? It's always about them. Yeah. But I feel like it's never about me and how I feel. And once I started realizing, I kind of took a step back, I should say. Stop talking, talk less, and really like, because sometimes as women, we fall in love with what we create, what we bring to the table, our aura. We're the ones starting the conversation. We're the ones doing this, doing that. Like
We even imagine like a little fantasy thinking like we have
Yeah,
this man
people
that we're trying to build and trying
Romanticize
to make.
them.
we romanticize the entire relationship, and we create the relationship at the end of the day because we're the ones most of the time guys are like, oh, well, what do you want to do?
Oh, yes.
Like when they're planning dates.
That's the worst. But
And we're at the end of the day, the girls end up taking on more responsibility. It's like we're dating ourselves at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So what I'm
basically.
doing right now is just I'm shutting up. I'm gonna stop talking, and I'm just gonna watch and see how you act, see what you say. You know, without that all that fluff and all that fog that we as girls create on our own by fantasizing over these men, we don't see the reality of things.
And I think that's what we mess up on with the girls.
Yeah.
We create this in our brain, but are they really that? No, we made
Half
you
the time
think
they're not that.
You are that, but you're not.
And so now I'm shutting up. Now I'm shutting up, and I'm watching, and I'm seeing, and I'm like, wow, this person isn't really there for me as a human as I was for them. Like
especially when you stop trying
when I'm now I'm just taking the path. I'm really
and you realize that you were putting in like 90% of the effort.
yes,
Yeah.
because we are like we have that, like I always tell Daisy, I'm like, like you have a light, I have a light. It's that aura, and we like we attract a lot of good and bad people, you know. And the problem is that when, again, because we're always lit, quote unquote lit, it's always our light that's shining. But when you take a step back and then just watch and see how they approach you, see how they talk to you,
You basically get
watch
your whole
their-
power back too. and
watch
realize
their
that what
actions,
the-
you're gonna see that half of what they're saying is
BS.
Yeah.
BS, or they're not even saying anything at all, or they're not really doing anything at all. They're doing the very bare minimum.
Yeah, because they could just be all talk, no actions. That's why I always tell the girls to pay attention to what they're doing, not what they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, I'm gonna treat you like a queen. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But my actions are like, I barely even call you. We barely even hang out. And like I'm super dry when I'm messaging you. What are they doing? Like, does it feel like they're in love with you? Does it feel like they're trying to get to know you? Like,
And I don't get me wrong, I love being love bombed. I love being love bombed. I want
tell her
to
you
feel.
love her in one day.
Tell me
she'll
you
fall
want to
in
marry
love.
me. Like if you're like, oh my gosh, like I want to marry you.
She'll
I
marry
get all
you right now if
excited.
you tell her that.
I won't marry you right now, but I love that because I want you to be obsessed with me. I want you to be obsessed with me because if you're obsessed with me, then you're probably not gonna find somebody else.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be looking for another woman. You won't cheat on me because you're obsessed with me, and that's what we think as women. But at the end of the day, it's a love bomb. It's fluff. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Who really loves you in one day?
That's
Come on,
true.
like we have to give ourselves that reality check.
So,
You know, snap out of it.
Yeah, we do gotta snap out of it.
what about you, Daisy? What are you doing right now to go through your healing journey?
I'm just focusing on myself. I'm trying to find myself again. I'm trying to find my personality again. I feel like I got lost, and I'm just trying to like just do me. Like, I literally decorated my whole room. I remodeled everything, so I just been like doing me. Just, oh, you want to go over here? Let's go over here. Oh, you want to do this? Because I was so used to like that partner going everywhere or doing something that like now I just call my friends. I was like, hey, where you at? Where you at? I'm trying to learn how to do stuff on my own. Like, you know how people go and eat by yourself? I cannot do that.
It's easy.
That's where I'm at right now.
I
trying.
cannot. I
It's
need to get to
hard.
that level, but I haven't. And if I do, I guess I'll have someone on FaceTime and talk to my friends.
I practice at a bar.
My sister told me, I said,
I
you need to
practice at
start
a bar
eating by
first.
yourself. Go everywhere by yourself.
It's
go to
what-
the gym. Go do this by
what do you
yourself.
think-
And I was
what do
like,
you-
no, I don't want to.
What do you think it is that you don't want to go by yourself? Is being afraid of looking like you're by yourself?
No, I don't know. I'm telling you.
'Cause
Recently, I just noticed that. I was like, wait, why can't I just go by myself? How does everybody do that?
Because there's some people who
Some people go to the bars and the like clubs by themselves. I was like, I can't.
not just so
I didn't call my friends.
like when they go by themselves. I was actually having a conversation with another girl, and she said that she didn't like to go because she thought everybody was gonna look at her and be like, "Why? Look at this loser."
Same.
Nobody pays attention to you. Like if you show
yeah,
up
no,
by yourself,
I don't know. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, just recently, I'm like, why don't I go by myself?
yeah, and it puts you like the more you can put yourself in an uncomfortable like situation. And I'm not talking about safety wise. Like don't throw yourself out in like a middle like somewhere you
Hey,
don't
Bobby,
know.
I'm right here. Come through.
Yeah, like, but like going out by yourself. I go to movies by myself. I go and do everything. Yeah,
See, that's what I need to learn. I need to do stuff by
yeah.
myself.
Because when you realize, I've never seen somebody and be like, "What a loser."
You know, I never
You
think
see
nothing
people.
of it.
You see people walk in the movie. Like if they walk by themselves, oh, well, this is a great movie. Great. Nobody bats an eye about you.
You know,
Like,
I mean,
nobody
I've seen
cares.
people by themselves, like my siblings and my family. Everybody, like my friends tell me too that they go by themselves. But I don't think it's an issue, but I never done it.
You're such a social person. I feel like you just love company.
Yeah, I just want to be around everyone all the time. I just want to be around my friends, my family.
What I did is I took work. I'm always working. So I'm like, let me just go work at a nice restaurant. And I'll take my tablet and I'm there, or I'm working on my phone. So I'm doing something productive so I don't feel like I don't get those weird intrusive thoughts like, oh, what a loser. Just there by herself.
I don't think being by yourself is a loser. I never tried it, but I should try that.
Like distracting yourself too is a great way to heal, keeping because when you lock yourself on like in your room, and you sit there, you start thinking about a lot of things, and then to the point
You
where
go crazy.
where you miss them, and then guess what? What do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I play
You message
soccer,
them.
so like I go by myself to soccer.
Oh, that's different. Though.
To go play with the team.
To go play with the team.
So
I drive myself by myself.
So you mentioned earlier that it takes you forever to get over a relationship. Why do you think that is? Like you literally said it takes you a year and a half.
Because I love too hard, and maybe I just don't know how to let go when I love someone. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm getting emotional, but
No, it's fine to get emotional. Like trust me, we're all human. I'm just trying to get to know you a little bit better because I guarantee you that somebody's listening to this right now is similar. You're not the only one going through like these, and that's why like people love the podcast because they can relate to you. And if you get emotional, that's totally fine.
Yeah, we're in this
That's
new era.
That's part of Heartbreaks.
I just don't know how.
Being vulnerable right now is cool, guys. Like, cry it out. As long as it doesn't start affecting your health, I think by all means, cry me a river. Cry these rivers, like cry oceans if you have to. Just let it out. Talk to people.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to learn how to like express my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
To like, I don't know. My whole life I always just kept everything inside, but now I'm learning to like express my feelings. But now I'm getting annoying. I'm literally telling my friends how much pain am I in, and it's just like.
You know what you should do? I don't know if you've ever done
therapy.
it.
Everybody says that.
Yeah,
I'm not crazy. I'm just.
No, that's what I was
just
gonna
love
say
too hard.
because I've done counseling, I've done therapy. Because, for example, like if a friend reaches out to me and needs to talk about a problem, I'm gonna be there as much as I can. Obviously, I can't devote my life to helping them with their issue because I have a life of my own. I have issues of my own. A counselor or a therapist, they make a living to help you, and if they don't help you or they don't help people, they don't have a job. And so they're there to help you. And that's why I always tell people, they're there to help. Pay them. Like, they're not going to judge you. They're not going to say this. They're not going to do that. It helps. Trust me, it helps a lot. Because now you have somebody who, they're going to sit there and their main objective is to help you. If you put your friends next to you, they're going to help you to the, if you're like, oh, this guy did this to me, they're going to be like, fuck that dude. Of course, but they're not going to ask the deeper questions, be like, well, why did this?
Yeah.
I mean, I am open to therapy, but I feel like if I do go, like, I just don't know how to express my feelings. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to tell them. I'll just be crying the whole time.
Trust me.
I mean, like, man, crying. She's not. I can't. I won't be able to say anything.
They know the questions.
Yeah.
They know the questions to start making you think, and get to the problem. Like when I was going to therapy for a while. So growing up Hispanic, both my parents are together, amazing. But my dad's old school Hispanic. Like he shows very little emotion. Like anytime I would show him something that he did good, he'd be like, "Oh, okay." Mm-hmm. Crush you. Like you're super excited to show him.
Story of our lives, as a generation.
Yeah.
And then like I do something cool, and then I'm like, "Look, this is what I did," and he's like, "Oh, nice." You know, and you're just. And so I realized that was like a huge problem for me, like trying to like. What's the next thing that I can do to validate myself?
There's a lot of Mexican traumas.
Yeah.
I just thought about it right now.
That we
Like,
have growing up.
Maybe that's why I can't express a feeling because I'm growing up with my mom. She's a single mom. She's really strong, and she single mom with 8 kids. And with her, we can't ever like cry. Like it was just we can't show emotion. Like I never seen her cry for my dad when they separated. Nothing.
And they think that's
so when
the
she
best.
sees me crying for a guy, she goes, "Why are you crying? I didn't cry for this." I have 8 kids, and what are you crying for? Like, she's really strong. She's like, agárrate los putos huevos. And I'm like,
Yeah, they start saying that. They start saying you're weak. Why are you being so weak?
Yeah, my family, they do. What is it called? That tough love. But I think I'm the weakest link in my family. And it sucks.
You have a big heart.
Too big, and it sucks.
They need to stop doing that because like it's
That's why I
healthy.
distance myself.
Yeah, it's healthy to talk about these things. It's unhealthy to keep everything just inside. Because I remember when I sucked at communicating with partners. Shout out to my ex though. Like that's one thing that I'll praise her for is that she would keep prying, and she would get things out of me, but it was me snapping back at her. Yeah. She'd be like, "What's wrong?" I mean, nothing's wrong. No, what's wrong? Nothing's wrong. And then finally she'd be like, and I'd get like tired of it, and then all of a sudden, boom, this is what's wrong. And but it came out in a snapping way, like in a rude way. But she kept doing that, and it got me to a place where I was just like okay to talk about things. You know, so that's why I'm saying like maybe, and I don't know if all guys are like that, but sometimes it comes at a cost too. Like maybe it might make an argument worse. She could have easily got mad because I snapped at her. You know,
I would have definitely been upset. I would have definitely been upset. I think we would have probably clashed.
Yes,
because my problem is I over explain to them. I'm like over explaining why it is that we need to have this conversation, why it is that we need to communicate, why it is that the why. And they're just not receptive. They're just like not like kind of like you. But I'm not prying either. I'm not gonna pry. I will tell you, hey, you probably should. Let's talk about things. You should probably open up because X, Y, and Z, and like let's fix this issue. Yes. And if at that point you don't want to open up, and then you snap at that point.
Yeah, it's really hard for guys
I'm out.
to get. You can create whatever safe space you want. They're not going to say anything. Like most guys won't say anything. Because again, like you said, growing up, you can't say certain things. Or you can't cry, especially guys. You fall down, scrape your knee. Boys don't cry, get up. Like, what are you doing? Boys don't cry. And so like now you're almost like trained not to cry, not to show emotion.
Do you think that it depends on, is that like with everybody? Because I do think that it depends on the person. There's some people where you can open up and have those conversations with them. Like, for example, Daisy, like in such getting advice from people, like say not therapy, getting advice from friends. Yes, there's going to be certain friends that are going to be like, hey, well, F this guy. But other friends that have been in longer relationships that can relate to your situation, they will challenge you, they'll deeper question you like, hey, what's happening? And they probably won't always side with her, you know? They'll ask her, hey, well, what about, what did you do? How did you react? How did you respond?
I mean, if you have friends like that, then more power to you. But is that the common friend? Probably not. You know what I mean?
Like, I guess it's tough out here.
But then also, girls is different. They're willing to talk about more stuff. If I go to a guy friend, they're gonna be like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Like,
get over that
yeah,
shit.
what are you tripping over that?
Get
you know,
right.
yeah, like, or it's like not manly to do it. You know, you don't want to get made fun of by your boys.
But do you think that you weren't really like opening up because of her? Do you think if it was a different type of woman, you would have opened up?
Just growing up. Obviously, like talking about this stuff is going to help. You know, that's why like I have these cards that where I'm actually going to pull out towards the end. And they ask some deep questions, and they make you think. And it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be relationship. It's not relationship. It's called. I think what was it called? Deep thoughts or something like that. But it makes you think of maybe some like past traumas and stuff like that. Because I remember I did it with. Shout out to the Izzy family. I did it with them, and one of the things was her dad had recently passed away. And so she was trying to figure out how to get past that. You know what I mean? Like, and she instantly broke down. And then Jason talked about how he had a huge grudge with his dad. And he had to figure out, because it was like, what's a grudge you need to let go of? And he said, since they don't have a grandpa anymore, like on the mom's side, that he needs to make amends with his dad so his kids have a grandpa. You know, and he's like, that's something that I'm working on. You know, like letting go of that grudge just so they can have a grandpa, you know, and
that makes sense. Doesn't make sense.
And so it's stuff like that. Too. Like a lot of people are healing from something. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be, because the way I heal over things is distracting myself, like gym, social media, like doing stuff, like keeping myself busy. Like I distract myself, so I'm not sitting in the room. Maybe that's why you said that you lock yourself in the room.
Well, I feel like I'm a hybrid between you guys, because yes, I distract myself too, but also I find that by constantly distracting myself, I'm not paying attention to the feeling. I'm not like letting myself feel. So I love to also still be at home, maybe listening to music, and because I know I'm like, you can feel when your energy is just kind of low and you're feeling a little sad. I can distract myself. I can probably go to the movies or like go out, go dancing. But I know deep down I just want to be with my thoughts sometimes. You know, so I always have to balance out distracting myself with allowing myself to feel and just have that intimate moment at home and just to cry it out. Because sometimes we all need a good cry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I feel like I distract myself, but I'm still like hurting like 24/7. You know, like I could be at the club and being drunk and then
Over-distracting.
crying. Like,
You can
yeah, because I'm always like
too.
yeah, with all my
that
friends
song
and
comes
everything.
on and that you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still getting like living lit up, and then
Baile
just
no
tears.
olvidable.
And then my friends like, "You okay?" I was like, I'm good.
Bad Bunny's album.
But yeah, I just feel like it's just like with my like I said, like my childhood that we never got to like express our feelings. So I don't know how.
Yeah, no, and that's my like little thing to you is like maybe just possibly looking into getting some outside help because again, your friends can only do so much.
Yeah.
You know, you can do
we
only
only
so much,
therapy.
and like a therapist is gonna ask you the right questions and try to fix that problem.
Me va a
Find
decir,
that,
esta morra de llorona, no
Yeah.
manches.
find that,
Pinche
like,
chillona.
yeah, find that what that issue that's making you because you may not even know what it actually is that causes you to be a certain way. You know, I didn't even like my issues. I didn't know it was because of that.
Yeah.
You know, like I was having issues like acceptance issues and things like that. I didn't know that was bugging me. You know, but then when you start dissecting stuff, you start figuring. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I feel like if like the real me, like people that know me.
No, but yeah. So
This entire
definitely-
generation needs therapy. Millennials for sure need therapy.
and it's okay. Don't feel like it's not okay. You know, because before I think.
I mean, I feel like it's okay. I just don't know how to express my feelings. Well, like I was gonna say. So if you know me, the real me, I'm like always hyper happy 24/7. I have energy 24/7, but like people like won't understand why I'm sad because they're so used to seeing me so happy. They're like, "Why are you acting? Why are you crying? Why are you sad? Like this is weird." So that's I prefer to like
Yeah.
close myself and not talk to nobody when I'm like going through stuff because they don't know that bio. You know, they don't know that real side of me, and I don't like people knowing that side of me because I feel everybody goes through different stuff. So like I prefer not. So that my personal business.
See, and that's
out.
why people can't help you. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, how are they supposed to?
I don't want the help. I just want to heal by myself.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you talk to her about some problems, you'll be like, you know, and you don't fully give them, because you'll get to a point. Trust me, I was there. Like, I'm standoffish too. Like, I'm not trying to tell this dude that doesn't know me like my problems. But then all of a sudden you get to that place where you're just like you feel comfortable talking to him because he's not there to no judgment, no nothing. He just asks questions, and then it makes you think. Like it makes you think about a lot of things, and you actually it's helped me.
I'm the queen of being vulnerable. I will be vulnerable
Yeah,
to
I
my
remember like
friends.
send the text, send this, and I was like, no,
Yes.
I don't want to.
I show them with my friends. I want to show you. I'm going to be vulnerable to you first so that you can know that this is a safe place. That you can also be vulnerable with me. But most of the time, like you're right, like be careful who you're vulnerable with.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
'cause
that's
then
why I'm always careful. I don't really say much.
That's
like,
ammo to other people too. Like especially in the girl world, like you guys
Yeah.
use stuff against each other like crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are vicious.
That's why I prefer just to stay.
We're
not say
girls,
much.
girls.
Yeah, we're girls.
Let's all be
for sure.
girls,
We have
girls.
girls
Like,
go
come
too.
on.
But I just say like it's just, I just can't. I don't like to tell people my business. Like I can be the saddest person, but I'll in front of your face, I'll pretend that like I'm so okay, but I'm literally dying inside. I'll put a fake ass smile. And, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. In my head, hell no, I'm
You're
not
so-
good. Okay.
I can never do that. I can never do it. I love that. And I see it. I've been with you and you've done it.
Yeah, I
I'm like,
just-
she's so good. She's such a great actor. No wonder we do great content.
Yeah, I can be so sad and you won't even know it.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned that you want to dissect some of these things, right? And you had mentioned to me that you've had some relationship issues in the past, and there's I don't know if you want to talk about it, but there's like one that you struggle getting over with.
I don't want to talk about mine.
One that you're struggling getting over with right now. No.
Yeah, no.
So I think
My question is like, why are you struggling to get over with?
I think it's just now I'm being put on the spot.
Yeah.
I guess it's still like the letting go part. The letting go. So a little background. I left Arizona when I was 15. And after that LA raised me. High school, college, and I don't have family in LA. I was out there by myself and now that I'm back, this is the first time that I've been back in over 15 years. And now I'm with family. I met so many cool people. I'm doing so many cool things. And a couple of not a couple. There's just like I feel, I'll just say it, like a high school sweetheart is like that, you know, you can never, I mean, do you ever get over your high school sweetheart? Or is it just me?
I mean,
am I like all delusional?
I think it depends on the person. And it's okay if like,
and it's really nothing.
No one says it's not okay. Damn, am I stuck on my high school sweetheart? No, but maybe you have your reasons why too.
Yeah, so I think right now, dating now in my early 30s, I'm just craving deep connection. And it's just been very hard to find. And now I'm like comparing that to like a high school sweetheart where it's like you found that true, pure love. But at the same time, it's like at the end of the day, it's all that little fluff. I'm a whole different person. Like that was 15 years ago. Like I can't be a dumb girl and just be all, you know, delusional and thinking like that same puppy love is going to exist now. Like we've grown up. A lot of time passed. So I think it's just like, I just want like that pure love. And there's this person that I had found it with a long time ago that has known me my entire life. You know, yes, we weren't together for 15 years because I moved to LA, but we've always kind of kept each other updated. And it's just, it's hard. It's hard to let that go. Like somebody that's known you for so long, it's like family at this point. But I have to understand, like right now I'm just trying to let it go because
here's the thing. What if for some reason he does want to do it, right? Does want to get into it, and it's not what you thought it was going to be? Are you going to be even more heartbroken about it?
Yes, I feel like I will.
Because to be honest, like just being fully transparent here, because like we have these uncomfortable conversations.
So uncomfortable.
I think it's not going to be what you think it is going
to be. I don't think so either, which is why I'm trying to like mind fuck myself to be like, hey, that was something that happened in the past. You haven't, again, like we're just girls creating these illusions and it's so hard for us to go. The easiest thing is to go back to your ex because it's something familiar.
And you're comfortable with
you're comfortable with that. But I'm a different person. He's a different person, you know.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying like you guys might not even
and he's also in the scene. Like we do very similar things. He's also an influencer. So
what about if you kiss him when you get feelings?
I don't think we would.
Let's not do that.
No, I don't even think we'll be in the. We're not. Okay, so first of all, we're not even in communication. I'm just being a girl. Like I'm just being a girl who's looking for love right now, and I'm like, wow, it's the first time I've been back. That's like pure love right there. It's literally right there. But I know we've grown apart. So I'm just letting that go and trying to, you know, close cycles. But it is something that I'm kind of struggling with internally. Like, I'm not saying that I'm currently trying to get back with my ex of 15 years. Like, no. Do I fantasize about that? Yes. I'm a girl. But
serious over here.
Well, hopefully you get past it because
I have to.
Because not only that, it's going to ruin your future relationships.
Absolutely,
because you're stuck on this that's clearly hasn't worked. You know?
I do feel like it kind of like it really has deep down, like it really does. When I'm a relationship girl, and with every relationship, we get to the year mark, and I'm like, yeah, I know this person is not my person. Like I know deep down this person is not my person, and that's whenever the problems start happening, because I think unconsciously I'm kind of throwing that vibe out there, like you know. Whether I see it or not, I don't know. I just think that it's something that's a chapter that I need to close and seal forever. But it's like
I always give this example, like going back to exes. Have you ever reheated stale fries?
In my air fryer.
And they don't taste the same.
In my air fryer, they do, but in the microwave, they don't. I'm sorry.
She's giving herself excuses.
I love my air fryer. My air fryer is life.
This is the problem right here. She thinks her high school sweetheart is an air fryer.
I think you should call him right now.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, absolutely not.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, we're going to get a little deeper, and I'm going to bring these cards out.
More?
And whatever it is, it could be, who knows what the cards are. I don't know what they say. I just got it not too long ago, but I like it how it makes you think. So let me grab those real quick. So now I remember what this game is called. It's called How Deep Will You Go? There's 3 levels to it. There's an icebreaker.
I love it. Let's go
There's a
deep.
confession, and then there's getting deep. So these might not be relationship related, or you never know. So the first one, I'm gonna pull this one out. We're gonna do all 3, and then
Can I skip if I don't want to answer?
you should be able to, but trust me, people are here to listen to.
Okay.
They want to
Sorry,
know.
friends.
And so
Sorry.
I'll answer it first. That way you guys can think about your answer. So what would you honestly rate yourself as a person, 1 to 10, and why? I
love this.
I would rate myself probably a solid, like, I'm a good person. I'm not perfect. So I would give myself like a 6, 7. You know,
That's really low.
You know, 6, 7.
That's
Because
low.
again, I'm not well.
yeah, no one's
the reason I say 6, 7 is because, like we talked about earlier, it's not normal for me to choose a career over you. It's not normal to be like to do that type of stuff. So that's why, like, I know it's a little bit selfish, but you know, when you see the vision and drive, so that's why I give myself that. Because if I said 10, you'd be like, cap.
But that's 1 point deducted.
Yeah, but you know,
So
but,
we're not-
but
we're at
there's
9.
So I
other-
can't say 10. I'm fucking a 10.
Ten- 10 instant red
9.5.
flag. If she says 10, instant red flag. But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, we all know our issues and where we struggle. And so, like, that's why, like, I would say 6, 7, depending. Because I got to an age where I put me first. You know, I won't put a relationship first. Like, I'm there right now. So I'm not in somebody else's eye, I'm probably not the greatest person.
But is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing, but and another thing is, like, I don't give my actual handful of friends enough time either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not constantly trying to reach out and, hey, what are you doing? Like, I'm so focused on this dream and, like, vision that I'm not the greatest to be around, if that makes sense. So that's why I give myself, like, at least a 6, 7.
Let's do a 7.5.
I'll do a 7.5. What about you?
This is really low. Well, now, I mean, I was
You
gonna
said we can't say 10. What the?
Now, I was going to say a
That's fair.
9.5, but now thinking about that, I think I'm going to go with like maybe an 8.5. I don't think a 6.
And why would you say 8.5?
Very similar. Like, I feel like we're workaholics. I'm a workaholic too. And that's my problem. I prioritize my work. I'm a Capricorn too. So I prioritize my work over my partner. So I've been learning how to balance that. But I'm not going to say 7.5. I'll say 8.5 because I do reflect on it and I'm constantly working on it. So I think that gives me more points, that I'm willing to grow. And I'm always looking for information on how to better the relationship, better myself, how I can better the communication. I find what's lacking. I treat it like a job, if that makes sense. Like, I just treat it like a
See, and this is
like
why
a
I said
job.
6, 7, because you're trying to find a balance. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm putting me first. You know, like, if it makes you sad, I'm sorry. Like, I have my vision, and I'm not going to let anything deter me from this vision.
I'm getting to that point.
You know,
What you're thinking.
and so, like, which
I'm
is not,
barely
is
getting
not. It's better to be balancing, but I feel like if I start balancing, it's gonna hold me back because now I have to cater to you.
It really does, yeah. It
You know?
definitely sets you back.
Like, and I don't want to be catering to somebody. Like, but the real people, the true people that are like with you, like, I have a buddy back in Idaho. We probably don't talk sometimes like a month, if not more, or don't see each other. But when we see each other, it's like we've never been apart. You know, and I was like, this is my boy right here. You know, like, and that's how the handful of people I am with. But anybody else, like, I've had people who they're like, hey, like, you don't even come around anymore. And I'm like, I'm busy. And in my head, I'm like, I really, like, I get it where you're coming from, but I really don't care.
Yeah.
Which is not, I'm just being honest on how I feel.
Right.
I can lie to them. You know, I can be like, well, oh, sorry, I'm going to try to be better. No.
I really
don't
am
care.
busy. I really don't have time to hang out with you. And if I hang out with you, like Daisy, I hang out with her all the time. We're working.
Yeah.
I hang out with them while we're working.
Yeah,
And
and
Basically, us hanging out is just, when you see us together, it's because we're working.
Yeah, and-
Literally.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like, the people that I'm around the most are people I'm hustling with.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, and so if you're not in that circle, I'm sorry. I got shit to do. So what would you rate yourself?
I would say as a person towards everyone.
10. Oh my god.
No. I would say no. The way I am with
Looks
people, I would say maybe like an 8.9 because I put everyone first, then me. Like if you come in the middle of the night, I'll pick you up or like, oh, Payo, I'm going through this. Like I'll be that friend that like will be there for you. Like I'll put, even if I'm going through stuff, I'll go help you out. You know.
Which
I don't
is-
know why I'm getting emotional.
No,
but I
right.
literally love all my friends. Like all my friends love me and my family. Like I'll do anything to like be there for everyone as a person. But I want to get like you. Like not give a nothing. Like
Be a little bit more selfish.
Yeah, be selfish. I will rate myself as a 10 when I'm selfish. So let me get there first.
Yeah, no.
That's what I need to learn is like be selfish. with
And
myself.
see, like sometimes I wish I was like you.
I'm too loving and too giving.
You know,
to
because
friends and family.
in my head I'm like, why? Like, how in her mindset is she like justifying like doing this for the other people? You know what I mean? Like,
I ask myself that question all the time.
because sometimes I'm just like, I don't. Like if you don't like it, cool.
Sometimes it just comes natural. If you're a giver, you're just a natural giver, and you
And it
just do it
sucks.
so naturally, and
You just
people
get taken
take
advantage
people
of.
take advantage of it.
And I know they do. And that's what I'm trying to learn this year. Like I need to be selfish with myself.
And that's what I learned too from like I've gotten told several times that like I'm an amazing boyfriend. I know I am, but there's certain parts I lack in. Like for example, I've been told that I'm very cold sometimes. Like you tell me a problem, instantly in my head I'm like, well, just do this and fix this, and then let's go. Instead of being like, oh, I'm so sorry you're going through that.
Listening to
Like,
them vent.
yeah,
Me,
like,
that's me.
So
Like,
like trying to
"Are you sure?" Then just
emphasize
hug
with
them.
emphasize with them. And in my
Yeah.
head I'm like, just do this and this and this, and like we're good. You know, like or do hey, kick them out of your life. We're good. Like, I can cut somebody off so easy. Like no issue. If you bring negativity to me, I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna be around you anymore.
Yeah, when I feel betrayed like by a friend, I can cut off a friend like quick,
Mm-hmm.
like you're dead to me. But when I'm like I'm just a loving, giving person. Like I'm always willing to help everyone, anyone, even if I don't know you. Like that's the bad thing about me. So that's why I would rate myself an 8.9 because I know I do it for everyone. Like especially where I work with children, I'm there to like protect them and help them and keep them safe. So like I'm always overly loving, giving to everyone, and that's not good.
You're a martyr.
Yeah. And they say everybody says like I'm an empath and I'm always like I just love to help everyone and just I want everyone to be happy even if I'm dying inside. I just always want people around me to feel like love and I have your back and I just want you happy. Like when you're with me, like don't be sad, girl. I got you. We're gonna be happy. But in my head, in my soul, I'm like dying inside, which is so weird.
It's on the maternal side of
no,
you.
but that's what I was about to ask. I was like, you're trying to make everybody else happy, but are you?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to learn now this year. Trying to make myself happy.
You need to flip that. You need to prioritize yourself.
No,
and
that's what I
then-
learned.
yeah, and
That's
then-
my lesson learned that I learned last
And
year.
then
I'm like,
and then others.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get into the next one.
oh my gosh, I'm sorry I'm crying. I'm so
Oh, you're
itchy
fine.
right now. I just don't know how to express my feelings, so I just want to cry.
If you could bring someone back, who would it be and why them? Like I don't know, and this is why I like this. Like I mean, some people might say a celebrity, some people might say some family members, some people like whatever you want to say. If you feel like that person that popped into your head, that's who. Because when I read that question, the first person that popped into my head was my grandpa, which my mom's dad, because he died super early because diabetes. And just like she talks about him so much, she misses him a lot, and so I would have liked for him to been around a little bit longer.
To meet
You know,
him, did you ever meet
I
him?
got to meet him, and I have a lot of good memories with him. But the thing is, like my nephew didn't get to meet him. Diego, my little youngest brother, barely got some time with him. My sister, but we always for some reason connected more with him. If that makes sense, like us, like I would always prefer to go his rancho compared to my other grandpa. Like I'm not trying to take jabs at anyone, but it just how I felt, and just the way my mom talks about him. You know, I feel because I do a lot. Like my mom, I can fuck up, do some shitty stuff, and she's got my back no matter what. You know, and that's why like those are the people you're supposed to protect is like your parents. Because they got your back no matter what. So sometimes when people are like disrespectful to their parents, I'm like, they got your back no matter what, and you just like treat them like shit. Again, everyone's situation may be a little bit different, but
Red flag if they don't get along with their parents,
Yeah.
especially their mom.
and so if I could bring somebody back, it would be him for my mom. So what about you?
Mine would have to be, I think the first person that came into my mind, I have an aunt that recently passed away from breast cancer. There, two of them were battling breast cancer. One of them got chemo, and the other one didn't. The one that didn't, she was retired. She was retired, and I don't know why this matters, but she was lesbian. She was retired. It's like over 50 something years old, and she lived her life to the max. Like, this lady would travel the world. She would party. She would rave. She looked very young still. Like, you could not tell that she was older. But she just lived her life to the fullest. And I remember just growing up with her. My parents, I didn't grow up with like Daisy. I was raised with a single mom, and she's my dad's sister. So she would always remind me, like, Mija, like, you were made with so much love. Like, she always made sure that as a teenager, I was very rebellious. I think I was a very rebellious teenager, and I was going through a lot of a dark like era. And when you're graduating from high school, and then I was going through a lot, and she always made sure that I felt like I was always loved. And that's my biggest thing. That's why I love love. I love to be loved, just because I always felt like I wasn't loved. I have a lot of abandonment issues too, so she would always make sure she knew, like, what to say. She would always drop some bars too. She would even on her deathbed.
She's a rapper.
She was like, I
gangster.
swear to you, she was like a philosopher in another life or something. She's like,
yeah, tell them what she told you.
yeah, like,
I loved it.
So I recorded her because I want to do content later on when I'm ready. But she's like, Mija, a lot of people think that we don't have a lot of time in this world. But she's like, I've lived many lives. She's like, I lived many lives. Almost like a cat, She's like, right now you're living a whole nother life than before. And I'm like, it kind of hit me, because a lot of, during my rebellious era, like whenever I was a teen and exploring myself and just going through life, raising myself alone in LA.
Yeah, I really understand what she meant by that, because you go through
Phases.
I call it like eras in your life. Like,
Yeah,
you were
different era. That's a different life. That's
you were at a different time, and you reminisce, even
And you
good or
change.
bad. You're
You
like, damn, I
change
can't
every-
believe. Yeah, you're like, damn, I can't believe I was like
I do
that.
have a lot of trauma from like that era, that time in my life. And now it's like when she told me that, I'm like, you know what? I've been dragging on a lot of this guilt, a lot of these negative emotions, and it's kind of like it's a very optimistic way of viewing life. Like, this is a brand new life. Whatever happened in the past will stay in the past, and it's like you have a new shot of life now. It's kind of like a reset button.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my person.
What about you? Who would you bring back?
I'm not trying to sound disrespectful or nothing, but I really haven't had a family member that passed away that, like, I guess it's...
Had a big impact.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
my
family.
grandma, all my family, everybody's still here, like, gracias a Dios, I know. Because I know when my grandma goes to heaven, I'm going to go crazy. But she's 91, so I know her time is coming, I can tell. But I would say my friend Celeste. Because I feel like she didn't get to live her life. She passed away at a young age. And I'm still close to her family. I mean, not as close as I used to, because I've been going through stuff. So I haven't gone lately. But every year when she passed away, I've been going to her cemetery for her birthday every year. Me and my other friends. And I just feel she was such a beautiful person. And I would say her.
Maybe you should go see her, because you're going through an issue
By
right
yourself.
now. Yeah. You
At the cemetery? Oh, I'll be scared.
During the
Anytime.
day, because you never know. You might get some sort of sign and be like,
Yeah, true.
she might tell you something. So
That's
maybe
a really good idea.
maybe go see
And
her.
her family, her family's like, they're just amazing. Her parents, they see me as like a daughter too. And obviously I feel like they see her in me too, because she was like always happy and hyper too. Like, hey, what's up? Like, so excited. Even though right now I'm dead inside, but you eventually get to know the real me when I'm okay.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, go over there, go to something that made you feel like that. And she did, and her family.
I should go visit her parents.
Yeah.
So much.
I would go and they'll be like, hey, like, I just wanted to come see you guys.
I should reach out to the dad and tell him.
It'll help you
He'll
a
be
lot.
so happy.
Invite me to the carne asada.
Yeah, no, he's always inviting me like, hey, come over. I want some, come to get palomitas. But I've been I had a rough last year, so yeah, it's been pretty rough. So
Last year was a rough year for a lot of people.
yeah,
huh? We'll leave it there.
yeah.
All right, so this one's gonna get a little, obviously it's the third level,
Oh my gosh,
getting
I'm
deep.
cheat you on the helmet.
What is your
Sorry.
biggest struggle right now? For me, even though I've been doing this for so long, is I always get imposter syndrome. Like no matter what I do, how much I validate myself, no matter what the numbers are, no matter what anything is, I feel like am I supposed to be doing that? Like, why me? Or, like I start questioning a lot of things, even though, and then there's times I come in confident and be like, yeah, like I know what I'm doing. But then there's times also that I'm just like, should I even be doing this? Like, why me? So I start,
So relatable.
and so I struggle with that, even though obviously, like you saw, like I brought a bunch of equipment. Like I like to make
Yeah,
everything
you serious? Are
professional.
you? Look at this.
But then sometimes I'm like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, why am I doing a podcast? Or,
Is this worth it?
yeah, I start struggling with that in my own head, and I've tried. Like it's a thing I think, but I also think it keeps me on my toes because it's a sick way of keeping me on my toes because I'm like, no, I want to get to that point where I feel like I should be doing this, like I deserve to be here, So you're always constantly trying to validate yourself for some reason. I'm always like pushing for like I gotta do this, like I gotta make sure this happens, if I don't know why, even like all my content all together, I got this app it tells you your total views. Like I'm past 200 million views, and even with that number, I'm just like that's not enough.
Yeah.
I mean that's not enough. There's people out here with billions of views. Like what? I'm nothing.
Yeah, you
The overconsumption of content can drive you crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like so that's something I'm struggling with right now. But it's always a constant. I don't think I'll ever be like fine with it. And then just like a little bit more is I'm just learning how to be okay with it and just know that there's a bigger purpose is being away from family because I have no family out here. It's just me. And so leaving my parents, they're getting older, especially my nephew. I struggled leaving my nephew because, so I moved out here in August because I was like, in my head, I kept replaying, he's going to forget who I am, like.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah. And like
They do.
Fast.
in my head, I'm like, he's not going to remember who I am. Like he's going to see me and just kind of be like, who the fuck is this guy?
How old is he?
He's like 5 now,
Is he your sisters or your brother?
my sisters.
So you care more about your nephew than your sister? Damn.
Oh, my
Hey,
sister-
I care about my nephew
No.
too. My brother. About
No,
my
my
brother.
sister. No, so like,
I'm just kidding.
because he's in that age where like he's still like barely knowing what's going on, right? Like he's going through that development
They're
age.
discovering the world.
Yeah, and so I was like, what if he's gonna like gain full consciousness and be like, who's this guy? Oh, that's your uncle. Well, okay.
Well, just FaceTime him.
No, so
FaceTime.
I struggle with that, but every time I FaceTimed him, he's like, uncle. And like he would just
Oh,
like
he
start
knows who you
talking.
are.
Yeah. And so that was like another reason why I didn't want to move was mainly my parents and then him. So that's why I had a conversation with my parents actually before moving is I asked them straight up, I'm like, are you guys okay? Like, is there anything I don't want to move and then all of a sudden be like, hey, your dad's sick. So I was like, are you guys good? Because I want to go and make something happen out there.
Let's go get some checkups before I leave to make
Yeah,
sure
and so-
everything's intact in place.
Because my dad's beaten cancer several times. He's beaten diabetes. He's like always.
Be a champ.
Yeah, so he's been through a lot. So that's why I was like, are you guys okay? Like, I don't want to leave. And then all of a sudden, you're like, hey, your dad's sick or your mom's sick.
That's a big step. I would have been scared to leave.
Yeah, so, but they said everything was good. It's been the best decision ever moving out here.
Do you like it here?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Love it out here. And especially, I don't
Wait
have to
till you
deal
see
with
the
the
summer.
snow.
Te vas a poner bien prieta como yo.
Well, yeah, I
Bien
moved
prieta.
out here in August. So, like, I got the tail end of it. But
Oh no, wait till June, July.
when you have to spend 7-8 months in cold weather, gloomy weather.
Is that true that when
It's
you're
depressing.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I
absolutely.
heard that it's depressing. Is that true?
Yeah,
Like when
because you
you're
don't see
like
the
in
sun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So here, when you wake up, you see the sun. It's already started off good. Over there, it's gloomy. The weather's ugly. It's cold.
yeah, that's what I heard. That like different states. I thought a lot of people commit suicide
Yeah,
because of
over there.
how depressing it is. The weather.
Absolutely. So what about you? What's one big struggle that you're struggling with right now?
I think mine's very similar. Very similar. Like trying to figure out like my worth and my value. doing what I do in work, and very similar, very similar. And also just translating that to in relationships, knowing my worth in relationships. I think now I'm kind of exploring myself more, going out with myself more, figuring out what it is that I like and what I don't like, what I accept and don't accept. But now I'm able to have those conversations because now I know my worth and what I bring to the table. And I feel like it's a constant reminder. So like, sometimes I forget I went to UCLA. I'm like, wait a minute, I went to college. I went to college. Like, what are you
Because
doing?
you're overworking, you forget what
Like,
you did in half your
yeah.
life.
Yeah, so it's just learning my worth. I think that's going to translate beautifully into my work and relationships. So I kind of want to continue exploring that. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I would say my struggle is I'm an overthinker and I always want more and more and more and more and more. Like, for example, since I was little, I created like this list and what I wanted, like a certain ages and everything. Legit, I literally did everything that I put in that paper. I mean, except the marriage and kids. I was supposed to have one like
You'll get
28
there.
or 9, whatever. But I mean, for example, like I got a house by myself and then I wanted more. And then I was like, okay, I want to create a business like about like a foster home. I was like, I want it like now. Like, so I just been like, I'm always on like, on a road to
mission.
work, on a mission just to like work to get my goals. And I feel I'm always overthinking and I never like rest. I go like, bio, relax, just calm down. Like, I feel like I'm always like on some type
the
of,
go.
yeah, on the go, but like on some type, like I'm rushing. I don't even know why I'm rushing when I just want this.
You're on survival mode.
Yeah, I'm always, that's how I live. I always told everyone, I'm like literally survivor mode my whole life. Like, yeah. And I feel like growing up, you know, I grew up like in low income.
Well, especially if
On
you,
survival
yeah.
On survivor mode, so that's why people don't understand. Like, why people always asking me, why are you working? Why are you doing this? Do this. I was like, dude, it's just a habit. I didn't know I was overworking until just recently. Like, after my breakup, I was like, damn, me pasé. Like, I've been doing too much. But I just have goals in my head. Like, I gotta get it. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. I wanted like 4 or 5 houses already, and I've been slacking. So I think that's my struggle. Overthink, and I always want more. I never know when more is enough.
Yeah, because it's not bad having that, but I think where it affects other like areas in your life. It could affect a relationship, you know, or even relationship with friends and family, you know. So like it has its pros and its cons because there's some people you talk to, they have no drive, no motivation to do anything, and you're just like.
And you're their motivator.
Yeah.
They meet you, and then you're the one that sparks that fire under their ass.
Yeah, that's what my friends always tell me. Like, oh my God, you always
It's that
tell me this.
aura. It's that light.
Yeah, because sometimes I tell some people like what I do, and they're like, "Dan, you do a lot." I was like, "Bro, that's Monday." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always tell my friends too, like, you can do anybody can do it. Like, if you want a freaking house, go work your butt off and just do it, you know? I know that sounds maybe hard for people, but like, it's just, if you really want something, you will legit get it in this world. Like,
you'll figure it out how to get it.
yeah, there's always a way. Like,
Yeah.
literally, there's always a way in life.
Because you have
to
that
get it.
hustle mentality.
Yeah, you got to just think like a hustler. Like, if you're not, no one's going to do it for you, so do it for yourself.
Yeah, like with especially with everything I do too, like I want it to grow it to something big. Some people, like for example, when I do my lives, I make them entertaining and things like that. So now I've been having anywhere from like 400 to 500 people in my lives, and then somebody else goes live and they get super upset about it. I was like, I remember when I started doing lives, I had like 5 people in there, but I talked to them like there was thousands of people in there.
Same. They're
You
like
know?
You make them just feel comfortable.
Yeah,
That's the
and
purpose.
so now
That
like
was
it's
spam.
now it's the same, but I've worked hard to get it up there, you know. Because one thing that I don't do is battles. I fucking hate battles on TikTok. Yeah, they battle each other and like send gifts. No, I'm there. I was like, you're there to get entertained by me because I know how to entertain them.
Yeah.
And like I'm a pretty cool person, so
Yeah,
You're just
this
a chill
safe-
guy.
You have this safe
I like
place,
the
safe
name, you're
space.
just a
It's
chill
safe
guy.
space.
yeah, I'm just a chill guy, and people can see that. Because
Tyler, brother, you're just a chill
Because
guy.
I think the battles on TikTok are super cringe. Super cringe. Imagine, hey, send this. To me, it sounds like panhandling.
Who's sending these roses? Who's sending these things?
it's-
I
Like,
want roses.
Yeah, like
I would never send. I mean, I don't know.
so when they send me stuff, because they'll send me stuff like while I'm doing my live. To me, it's more of like you're enjoying
Yeah.
the live. I'm not asking for
appreciation.
Yeah. They're like, oh shit, I like this live. Let me send them a gift. Let me send them this. Instead of me asking you for it, because me asking you for it is giving me panhandling vibes.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, it's like I have a sign right here, send gifts. Like I want to make money off of you. So, but we've had a great conversation, you know, ups and downs, and hopefully like you guys kill it, obviously in your guys' business. and
Yeah, this is really fun.
you get over your relationship. Okay?
We're healing. We're healing.
We're in the healing era.
We're healing and we're feeling right now.
Yeah, I was in that situation. I think you talked about it earlier. Is that after the last relationship ended, I just felt better. I didn't feel heartbroken. I didn't feel like, oh dang, I got to go through. I'm like, thank God.
That's how you know you did the right thing and moving on.
Yeah, so like that's why like now we're just back on grind mode. Like I said, 2025. Like I'm not trying to toot my own horn from Idaho, but like a lot of people knew me. I was pretty plugged into everything. I was like, in 2025, I'm gonna make that happen in Phoenix.
Hell yeah.
You can make it happen.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna make it happen.
Well, now that you got your dream team.
I got you more, boy.
The dream team.
Dream team.
So, but again, I want to thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna obviously put your guys' links in the description. So if you guys want to check them out, if you guys are in the Arizona area and you want to get some social media help, trying to go viral, this is your girl right here. Or just create content.
These are your girls. We work together.
Absolutely.
We're always ready. We're always ready.
Always ready and ready to go on the go. But also let them know what your Instagram handles are.
Yeah, so you can find me at nuria.hollywood. I'm on TikTok, yohollywood.tv. And then my business is Hollywood Global Media. You can find me on Instagram. It's hollywood.globalmedia.
Okay. And what about you?
Mine's at BioB __. That's my nickname, okay?
Bio's your nickname?
That's my nickname.
That's how she's known around here, actually.
Call me Bio.
That's her
Bio
street name.
4?
For my real name, Amparo.
Oh, okay.
No one really knows my real name, but yeah.
No, because like a lot of people back in Idaho call me Pelon,
Really?
but like the
¿Estás
bald
pelón,
version. No, for the bald version because I used to.
No estás peludo, por eso.
No, I was that guy that was like shaving his head, thought he was a gangster in high school and stuff like that.
You would
So-
shave your head
you were
and
skinhead.
Let me see your head. Do you have hair?
Yeah. So what do you mean? Do I have hair?
Holy smoke, you have a lot of hair.
So I'm actually in the process of growing it out. It's gonna be 6-7 inches all over.
So you just shave your head? Like
No,
a
so
coco?
in order to grow your hair out evenly, you have to
you
cut
gotta
it all
shave
the same size. And so now I just go get it faded on the side and get a taper in the back until it grows out. Because I saw pictures of like when I did have it that long.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that kind of looked fire. I'm gonna grow it out again. And so,
Well, I was just asking because some guys just have beard and they're bald. So.
they hat fish all the time.
Tú estás peludo.
They hat fish
Yo,
all
okay,
the
you
time.
got the good jeans. Hey, ladies.
Oh.
He got the good jeans, ladies.
Yeah. So just a FYI.
And he's single, ladies.
We're dating genetics, guys, remember.
My parents, so my dad, that's where you get your hair genetics from, is that your dad's side is he has a full set of hair. So does his dad, and his dad is like 80 something,
And he has hair too?
and it's only a little gray, And so he has a full set of hair. They still have a full set of hair. It was my grandpa on my mom's side. He was the one that was bald, but we didn't get those genes.
You're like, thank goodness.
So
I like the gray beard. The full gray.
I've been trying to go for
Looking
this.
attractive
Tú got
about
a
that.
pinche sugar daddy.
I'm trying to do the salt and pepper look, but it's mainly pepper, not enough salt. Like so, it looks funky.
Yeah, we
No,
like
it
we
looks-
like the salt. We like the salt.
Because I
looks
get
good.
white hairs right here, just right here.
Do you dye your beard?
No,
Why not?
my uncle thought I dyed my beard.
I know, it looks really dark. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
he's like
Daisy's all for trying to dye.
I always say like guys
Try
that just try everything. Like, dye your hair.
my uncle.
She's like, this is how we would look younger. She tries to do home makeover. She's really good at it.
Everybody. Yeah.
I told my uncle too. I was like, "Damn, you're getting a lot of canas in your beard," and he's like, "Well, I don't dye it like you do." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you dye it." I was like, "No, never dyed it in my life. Just because you have a bunch of white hairs doesn't mean I have them." So
I love how he's assuming.
yeah, exactly. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. See you guys.
Bye, guys.